When people say that their love is written, maybe that's not totally wrong. And science can prove it. These emotions has more biology than many people would think of. When you feel attracted to someone, there is more of how his eyes are deep or how beautiful is her smile. Actually, each one of us have our own answers inside each of our 10 trillion cells in our body. It is written, but in our genes. Let's begin with the principle of all humanity, the evolution theory. Way in the past, our ancestors would have higher survival rates if their parents worked together. Our smart brain, realizing that this kind of relationship would be great to spread our genes, started to develop hormones that encourage us to form committed relationships. That's the beginning of monogamy. Finding a good mate involves basically three things: attraction, lust, and attachment. Each of them have their own hormones. Let's start with lust. That's our desire for sexual gratification, and it happens because of our need of spreading our genes through sex. The hormones involved here are testosterone and estrogen. The second is attraction, and the hormones here involves the brain pathways that controls reward behavior, like the pheromone. This good feeling shows itself when you see a loved one, explaining why it's so good to be around them. Finally, the attachment, most well known as friend zone. While lust and attraction are two romantic relationships, attachment meditates friendships and parent-infant bond. The primary hormone here is oxytocin, that are released during activity that involves bonding, like childbirth, breastfeeding, and during sex. But the question remains the same. What makes us want that specific person? Why can't I choose who am I going to love? Well, first, it is good to remember that all humans are animals, and just like them, we're constantly part of evolution. As you may know, the principle of this theory is simple. If you are better adapted to the environment, you will survive and pass on your genes. But doing this does not just depend on you. To ensure that your DNA will still exist in the future, you also need to keep your kids alive, giving them not just your good genes, but choosing a mate that does also have good genes.